Hello watchers, long time no sample library review, so let's start all fresh with this one. Today we are taking a look at a library called Talos by Imperia. I'm specifically looking at Talos today because right now, at the moment where I upload this video, Imperia has a Black Friday sale going on, where this library is hugely discounted. Currently, it's at 99 bucks only, where the introductory price is usually at $3.99. So you're saving 75% of the introductory original price that is available on the website. So if you're interested in this library and like what you're going to hear in a few minutes and can work with the accessibility that you get within this library, then by all means go ahead and go grab the library from the Imperia website. It's up until the 4th of December before it goes back to its introductory price, and although you can get it at 50% off if you are in the Able Artist Foundation, 50% off means that you usually get it for $1.99 as a disabled artist, which is still twice the amount that you would pay during the Black Friday sale. So if you like the product, then by all means go ahead and go grab it. Talos is the low brass library by Imperia. It's not huge, it doesn't do a lot, but it's here to do one very specific thing, and this thing really well. It's doing those huge trailer-like brassy elements, mainly a lot of French horns, 12 to be exact, and a low brass ensemble. That's all it does. It gives you a lot of mic positions, it allows you to change a few dynamic layers on the fly, but it's really doing this punchy, trailer-like brass sound effects. And we are quickly going through all the patches that are here, because there are not so many. And in addition to the plain good old orchestral trailer impact sound, you also get some sound design elements. So if you're more on the sound design heavy side, this might very well be something for you. You get some tonal textures and atmospheres and all kind of different stuff that I will be showing you in just a second. This thing is fully NKS compatible, so you can load it up within complete control, get snapshots and all the things that you know and love. Everything is accessible that way. It's a Kontakt library, a Kontakt full and Kontakt player library, so you don't need to own the full Kontakt version. You need to buy it, insert the serial number into native access and download it from there. By the way, if you haven't installed Native Access 2 already, then go ahead and install it over your old Native Access 1 version. Because really, Native Access 2 is so much more accessible, and it's the future downloading client for all native products. You can search in there, filter by different product types, instruments, effects, and all the things that you would ever need, and it's 100% accessible. Go ahead and grab it if you didn't already do so. Right. Now that we've got that out of the way, there's only one thing that we need to do before getting into the sound, and that is subscribe to this channel. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the sound. So you get a lot of different patches. You got multi-patches, you got single patches. I'll be going through the single patches here, and we will be starting with the 12 horns doing bands. You get a dedicated bands patch, which sounds like this. The next patch that you get is a double tongue patch. Also, you got a legato patch. So as you can hear, this one has the awesome mod we control dynamic layers. You can dial in as many dynamics as you need, and the various dynamic layers sound different. So you've got this element here, right? And here we're getting rid of this brassy overtones that are audible there, right? Here, there they are. You get various marcado lengths, you get marcado longs. Marcado shorts. In addition to the double tongues, you get quadruple tongues. You get some awesome rips, which you all know from those various battle themes that are out there. And you get a few short articulations. You get staccatessimos. And staccatos, which are just a tiny bit longer. Sustains without legato. And what is between double and quadruple tongue? Correct, triple tongue. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this in this weird order, that is the order that Audio Imperia decided to go with. So that is their choice, not mine. That is all about the 12 horns patch, but now we go to one of my favorites, which is the low brass ensemble. Let's start with the first patch. And we do have quite some similar patches, so we'll start with the bands. And we continue to long crescendos, which are played flutter tongue. We also got the crescendo without the flutter tongue. So although you could simulate them by turning out the mod wheel with probably the sustain patches or the legato patches, this is a naturally recorded crescendo, so you get the most natural human performance there. And in addition to that, you get the short crescendos. Obviously, we had them with and without Fluttershy, right? We have the various Varcado lengths here again. You got rips, just as with the horns, but those are really, really punchy in the low notes, right? This is huge. Then we continue with Staccatissimo. And the longer staccatos. You also get the various dynamics by using the velocity here. The last two pitches are flutter sustains and normal sustains. There we go. That's it for the main part. You get performance patches, which contain most of these elements, but with a lower footprint, so you don't get as many samples and round robins and everything. You know that from multiple different libraries. If your computer requires a lower memory footprint and CPU usage, then you can use the performance patches, and you get sound design patches, which I will quickly show you here. So let's start with the first one. This one is called Atonal Atmos. So those are really sci-fi or even creepy sometimes. Let's continue to the next one. And it's not gonna get better, let me tell you. We are now in the patch called Atonal Soundscapes. So each and every single one is on a different key on the keyboard, so you can layer them and play them as you need them. There's a huge bands patch, which basically sums up both patches and sound designingly crushes them a bit. Great for those horror jump scare moments, for example. We've got drones, because every sound design toolkit needs drones. So those are just pitched, right? Then we got those Inception-like Brahms here. We've got low pads. So these are pitched again. Then we've got all kind of various SFX. In addition to the hard Brahms that we had before, we've got soft Brahms. And we got some not so spooky tonal atmospheres. tonal textures too. So pitched again. And that is really all that you get here. Now for the accessibility. We've got two major issues with this library. The first issue is the microphone positions. Just like the Cinesamples libraries, Audio Imperia didn't get the microphone positions implemented correctly via NKS. So you can dial the levels up, but the microphone positions are disabled by default. So you will change the levels, but the samples aren't loaded, so you won't get any sound of it. You will need sighted help to click those on so that you can actually hear something from them and I'm able to mix them properly. That is something that quite a few orchestral sample library developers get wrong and don't do anything about it, but that's how it is. The second thing is something that I haven't seen before, except with Audio Imperia, but throughout almost all the libraries. The manuals are not readable. These are basically just scanned pictures, just images of the pages of the probably paper manual, and this is totally not readable, except you run an OCR over it, which messes up formatting and headings and all this kind of stuff. You know the drill. This is really not going to work. So we basically have to figure everything out on our own, which is not a problem because we don't have to rely on key switches in this case, for example, because we can load the single patches and then we've got just one patch for all the things that we want to do, and all the things are pretty well laid out on the keyboard. So just press the key and it's going to work. That's for accessibility. Everything else, as far as I know, is accessible. So that's definitely something, and you get the full sound potential out of this library, apart from the microphone positions, which you will need sighted help for. So to close this off, what is my personal opinion on this? I really like the sound of this library, and I bought it for the 50% off Able Artist discount, and I really like it, even for the 200 bucks. The sound is great. And I think that especially with the sound design elements, you can create some really great stuff for all kind of different things, right? You've got Brahms, you can do all kind of sci-fi thriller stuff. You can do the usual thriller stuff with the heavy, impactful brass section and all this kind of great sounding and punchy trailer music is coming to life with this low brass orchestra. You can do all kind of various things, from orchestral to hybrid, to layer some synths on top and you still sounds great, right? So this is definitely worth the price. I wouldn't pay the full 400 bucks. I wouldn't do that. Especially not because we cannot do all the things that all the sighted people can do. Accessibility is lacking. It's good enough that we can easily use it, but it's not 100%. So I either wouldn't pay the 100% of the price. But it's definitely worth the 99 bucks for me. It's even worth the 200 bucks, but right now it's at 99. So if you like the sound that you've just listened to, and you can accept that you cannot turn on the microphone positions as it stands, then by all means, go grab it. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like or comment below the video if you've got questions. Don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to demonstrate these libraries to you so that you know what you're working with before you actually invest the money, so that you don't have the situation where you regret your decision and regret wasting the money on a library that you don't want to use. If you still got questions on accessibility or on comparable products, like, okay, this is Talos, but are there comparable libraries that you could recommend for maybe even a lower price, or whatever else you can think of, please let me know in the comment section. I will reply as soon as possible. Please let me know if you think that I can improve something on my videos. That really helps. Seriously, it does. I'm always striving to create the best content that I can, and this isn't going to work without your help and your feedback. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye.